Hey guys, it's Pat. I just wanted to update the Goodreads group on what I am currently reading. I think I've told you even about this before in an earlier video, and that is right now I'm reading. Let's screen it just a little bit. Ready Player One by a guy named Ernest Cline. I've never read anything else of his before this, but I saw on a couple of news sites and on a couple of podcasts that this was really a good read. And I'm really digging it so far. It has a slow start, though. Um, what I would compare this story to is probably somewhere between the movie It's a Mad World and the movie The Matrix. The first one, the one that's actually worth watching. What it's about this kid in this dystopian future. I think they said it starts out in 2041, so they distance it just enough to try to make it seem feasible. And the whole world is kind of in shambles. We tried a global economy and it failed. Fossil fuels are running out. The polar ice caps have melted. Like, the world's not a great place. So what happens is everybody escapes into this place called the Oasis. And the Oasis, if I'm going to make a metaphor, I guess, to something that we could see these days, I would say it's kind of like a Second Life mixed with like World of Warcraft or some other massively multiplayer online role-playing game. And it is this world where you put on the glasses and you've got like these I forget what they call it, like haptic gloves, something to that effect. And you are, for all intents and purposes, in this world. And what a lot of people end up doing is they live their lives in this world because the real one is terrible. And what happens is that right at the beginning of the book, they hit you right off the bat by saying the guy who created this world has died. And he's looking to find someone to take over this world, to like run the whole show and have all the wealth that goes along with it. And so he's hidden these Easter eggs in the game, and these egg hunters, or they call themselves gunters, which I think is kind of a funny term, are looking for the great Easter eggs in this game, so that maybe they can become the end all and be all in this world. Which is funny because you can see things nowadays where it's like, you know, that friend who started playing World of Warcraft and you didn't hear from them for 6 months because they had to go on raids and stuff like that rather than going out to the bar with you and your friends. It's a very similar idea. Like, those are the hardcore players, and the rest of the world are just like the casual players. Um, so yeah, the point that I'm at right now, it's starting to heat up. Like, you've got the characters more or less fleshed out. I've got a feeling some stuff is going to change with some of the characters. What it's lacking right now, and that will, I'm positive, is going to change by the end of the book, is there's a lack of a real solid bad guy. And if you know anything about me, you know I love good bad guys. Like, if you look at any of the best James Bond movies, always have like super smart bad guys, or like Sherlock Holmes has Professor Moriarty, or Superman has Lex Luthor. Like, having a smart, intelligent, motivated bad guy. Oh, like Magneto. Magneto is a great bad guy because he's not necessarily bad. He just has a different outlook on things. Um, and so that's what I'm hoping for in this book, is that I'm going to get a little bit more of something. I need a bad guy. I need something to be like, that's who we're up against, not just this wild goose chase trying to track down the Easter eggs or the keys or whatever the next thing is. Honestly, if I wanted that sort of story where I just need to find something and then I win, I would play an actual role playing game, like a Final Fantasy game or something to that effect. So I'm told once you hit like the 50% mark, it really kicks into gear. I'm at about like 40, 45. I don't remember where I last left off last night when I was reading it, but it's definitely worth it so far. So yeah, check it out if you like. This book is just jam packed with 80s references, be it old video games, old music. It almost in this world has become like hipster thing, where it's like people are dressing like they're from the 80s. They're listening to 80s music. They're really living the 80s lifestyle inside this game. In the real world, people live in basically stacked up trailer homes, and so yeah, in the world, everybody's all about the 80s. And also somewhere within all of those 80s references are the clues to find whatever the grand prize is, or whatever the big goal of this story is. So if you're a fan of 80s stuff, this is for you. If you like video games, this is definitely for you. If you like sci-fi fantasy, this really, it covers a lot of bases in it, and that's really cool. I get a lot of joy out of that, because I do like video games. I love sci-fi. I consider myself a bit of an 80s movie buff. So, yeah, check it out. If you want to read it along with me, you can get it on the Amazon Kindle store for, I think, like $12 or something. Or you could probably, I know that there's a paperback coming out soon. Last time I was in a bookstore, they said that it's coming out like mid-May. That could change, I don't know. And that the hardcover is out of print right now. But again, look on Amazon. You can find it, or go to the library. But if you're like me and you need things immediately, Kindle store, I'm sure the Nook Marketplace and the Kobo Marketplace all have that as well. It's a pretty common book. It's been getting a lot of press. So, with that, I'm going to continue reading this book, and maybe I'll let you know what I think about it once I'm done with it. So, yeah, feel free to upload any stuff you want to. If you've got a book that you've been reading and you've got some stuff on your mind and you just want to let it out, this is a great place for it. It doesn't have to be a video. Not everybody wants to have their pretty faces shown as much as I do, and I totally understand that. But if you wanna do a written review, I would love that. I love hearing people's takes on books, or being like, here's why you should read it. So without any more, wow, I'm almost at 7 minutes. I talked for such a long time. But yeah, maybe you'll pick this book up, and if not, tell me what I should be reading instead. So till next time, I'll see you guys later.